Baldwin, can you provide any comment?
Journalism. It's time for you guys to start being journalists.
You guys, this is so much. Before we get into today's video, I do want to let you guys know that this video is for educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. Oh my gosh. I have been this deep in the Delphi case and everything that's been going on with it. If y'all have not been keeping up with this, hold on to your shimmies. And for everybody that has been keeping up with it, what is going on? This is a movie. This is an actual movie. Y'all stay with me here. Before we get into it though, I do want to say on my last video, I told you guys that I had a hysterectomy. And I just want to thank you guys so much for y'all's comments. I read so many of y'all's comments and so many women have gone through the same thing. And I just want to give you guys so much love and thank y'all for sharing your experience with me. And yeah, I'm still healing. I am about a week and a half, not quite a week and a half, a week and 2 days as of me filming this, but I'm feeling good. And yeah, so thank you guys again. Okay, so also before we get into the video, I do want to let you guys know I do have a second channel, Casually Christina. I have a Patreon. My Patreon is for 18 and up. Over there we go live. I have more personal stuff, story times and stuff. And then I have a $2 tier over there where all of the true crime stuff that can't go onto YouTube due to their terms and policies, that goes on my Patreon under my $2 tier. Make sure you read what every tier offers in the About section before you join. And I also have an Instagram, a Facebook, and a Snapchat. And all of those are linked down in the description box if you'd like to come and check me out. Okay, so before we get into all the, my mind cannot comprehend what's going on with this, you guys. Whoa. This is a movie. So I'm not going to do a full recap for you guys because to be honest, I started doing that. I was like 8 minutes in, still giving you guys a recap. And I said, we're just not going to do that. If you're not all caught up on what's been going on with the Delphi case, I have other videos. There's lots of information out there. Otherwise, I'm going to jump right in where I left off. So I did not make a follow-up video here recently, I'm pretty sure it was like a couple weeks ago, when it came out that the crime scene photos from Libby and Abby had been leaked, okay? Like the gruesome crime scene photos had been leaked. Now, they're not like all over the internet. Allegedly, they were leaked to a few people and some podcasters, and these people ended up calling the police and turning them over, and it was this whole big shindig, okay? Terrible, yes, okay? Nobody should be like just viewing for their own curiosity and pleasure these photos of these two middle schoolers in the position that they were found. If you watched my other video where we went over the Odinism claims and the paperwork and all of that stuff, then you know probably what maybe somebody was thinking when they leaked those photos. They were probably wanting the public to see that these girls look like they were sacrificed in some sort of ritual. That's what I'm assuming. That's my unprofessional opinion. However, how did the photos get leaked? It came back to Richard Allen's attorneys.
Journalism.
Now, Richard Allen's attorneys, and we haven't talked much about them here, is Bradley, Rozzi, and Andrew Baldwin. And these are two bad mammer jammers, okay? So far, we're gonna talk about them. These are some bad mammer jammers. Y'all saw that beginning clip.
Journalism. It's time for you guys to start being journalists.
Okay, stay with me here. So the photos being leaked, the crime scene photos being leaked, was traced back to them. To make a long story short, allegedly, they had an ex-employee that worked for them who stole the photos, took the evidence, and then after he was separated from the company, leaked them. After that came out, the next thing we knew, there was a hearing, and everywhere in the media, it was Richard Allen's attorneys quit. Okay, they quit. And I'm paying attention like, wait a minute, they're quitting? Like, what happened? Like, what did they find out? Was all the 136 like documents that we read about the Odidism stuff, maybe it isn't true? Why are they quitting? So I watched the court proceedings with the judge. Judge Gull is the one that's over it. And y'all remember her name because, we gonna get there. Okay, I'm bringing y'all all to this because this is a mess. I watched the court proceedings and I thought something was very interesting. Before the court proceedings started, one of Richard Allen's attorneys walked in, Rozzi, and he didn't look like the type of person that would be walking in because he was quitting because he did something wrong. To me, he seemed frustrated, maybe even like really ticked. Y'all watch this.
Walked into the courtroom, he approached Richard Allen's wife and mother, Valerie, whispered something to them, and then they all left the courtroom together. We would not see them again for the rest of the afternoon. Moments later,
then the judge went on to give her spiel about the two attorneys, Baldwin and Rozzi, withdrawing themselves from defending Richard Allen.
We've had an unexpected turn of events, ladies and gentlemen. Earlier this afternoon, the defense attorneys have withdrawn their representation of Mr. Allen. Mr. Baldwin made an oral motion to withdraw. I granted that oral motion to withdraw, and Mr. Rozzi will be submitting a written motion to withdraw, I'm assuming within the next couple of days.
And I thought it was very interesting that only one of the attorneys was there, and that she said that the other attorney, Baldwin, gave a verbal statement that he would be withdrawing. And I thought, oh, okay, I see what this is. In my opinion, it really looked like, you know how when somebody gets in trouble, maybe in a political party or maybe in anything, you know, in corporate, and then the next thing you know, they resign because they resign instead of getting fired because it looks better. You know, their bosses tell them, listen, either you can resign or I'm going to fire you. But if you resign, you can take all your, you know, whatever, 401k or whatever it is with you. Okay, got you. So I thought, I bet you that's what this was. Well, it came out that allegedly the attorneys did not want to withdraw themselves from defending Richard Allen. Now, again, these are court-appointed attorneys. These ain't attorneys that are getting $200,000 a month to do this. These are court-appointed attorneys. And from what I can see, they are really putting their career and their necks on the line because of this whole Odinism, all of this 136-page document that we read that looked like, I even thought, man, this seems a bit far-fetched. This seems like a lot. Like, you mean to tell me that you've got prison guards walking around with these patches on them? So come to find out, the attorneys did not want to withdraw, and they want to defend Richard Allen. So the next thing you know, Richard Allen sends a letter in to the judge asking for her not to remove the two attorneys from his case. And the attorneys said that they were going to do this pro bono. Bradley Rozzi and Andrew Baldwin went to the judge and said, listen, we want to defend him for free. We're going to do this pro bono. We're not asking for any money, for free. And the judge said no, that they cannot. This is when things got even wilder because the attorneys, specifically Baldwin, which again, remember, he was the one who didn't even show up in court and according to Judge Gull, gave a verbal statement that he was going to be withdrawing. They're saying that they never wanted to withdraw in the first place, that they were basically, and I'm putting this in my own words, this whole video is in my own words, go do your own research, form your own opinions, just don't show hate to anybody anywhere because I'm not a professional. The attorneys said that they were basically given an ultimatum that either they withdraw or they would be publicly shamed. So what it looks like is they thought, okay, we'll withdraw. They went home, they could not sleep at night. They were tossing and turning like, man, this is what I'm thinking. These attorneys were thinking this man, Richard Allen, is literally getting set up. There's this whole scandal going on. They're trying to get us off of this case so they can just get this under the rug and get him sent off and go on. And it's like they couldn't sleep at night and they came back. Now, a couple things I want to tell you. When the judge denied that the two attorneys could defend Richard Allen, even them doing it pro bono for free, which to me is absolutely crazy, because we should be able to pick our defense, especially when you've got like these types of charges on the line. If the court will allow you to defend yourself, hello, do y'all remember some of the cases that we have done over here where people defending themselves? If Ted Bundy can get up there, defend himself, and question the witnesses that he tortured, do y'all not remember that? Ted Bundy literally did this to these women, and Survivor, one of the women who literally escaped from him, had to get up there and testify while he questioned her and was basically asking her to describe what he did to her so he could get pleasure from it in court in front of everybody. But Richard Allen can't pick two very professional attorneys who are offering to do this pro bono, who, as far as I could find, have a great track record. These two attorneys have decades of experience and a great reputation. Now, I'm sure there's some rumors out there. There is probably about anybody. If you do business long enough, you're going to make somebody mad, right? But for what I could find, these attorneys have a great reputation. And the judge said no. So the judge then appoints two other attorneys to defend Richard Allen. Now, to make it just a little bit more weird, maybe it's not weird, y'all tell me what y'all think. The judge refuses to allow the two attorneys that's really fighting and putting their whole career, 50 years worth of working in law, on the line to defend this man and do it for free, okay? She denies it and says, nope, you can't, you're incompetent. She picks the two attorneys that he is going to have now, and she is Facebook friends with one of them, allegedly. So they have some sort of different type of relationship. That seems suspicious. Now, there are people saying, well, it's a small town, people become... I don't know, though. Is that weird? That she would just so happen to remove the attorneys that are fighting for him and appoint two other ones, and one that she just happens to be so close with that she's Facebook friends with, sharing her family life with? I don't know. Seems weird. But then that's not even it. After the judge refused to allow them to defend Richard Allen, which every attorney that I have seen speak about this say they have never seen anything like this before. Like that, it goes into a gray area. Like, is that even legal for her to do? Like, people are very unsure. I haven't seen a single person or talked to a single person who has said, yes, this does happen in extreme cases. Everybody's been like, whoa, what is this judge doing? Something seems weird. When Baldwin was walking out of the court, he stopped to speak to Kathy Allen, who is Richard Allen's wife, and said, it ain't over. The whole world is watching and they see what's happening. Again, as Baldwin is walking out of the courtroom, basically storming out, he stops at Richard Allen's wife and says in front of everybody, it ain't over. The whole world is watching. They see what they're doing. What? Yes, we are watching. We are watching. Now, these attorneys have my attention. I have never seen anything like this. It gives me Aaron Brockovich vibes. It gives me like these men have seen stuff that's going on with this Delphi case that we don't even know about.
Journalism. It's time for you guys to start being journalists.
And they're not okay with just withdrawing and going back to their lives, which to me says a lot, because they could. When they withdrew, or the judge withdrew them from the case, they could have went back to their normal lives, defending, and been done with all of the stress and with the burden, but they couldn't. Whatever is stirring inside of them, they couldn't. Now, y'all have heard me talk about the court-appointed attorney, Ann Taylor, and the weird vibes I get from her. However, that could change. This is just how I feel as of now. And if you don't know, you guys go and watch my other videos. I just put one out earlier this week, and you guys will hear. Why do I feel differently about these two attorneys? Well, I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why. One of the reasons why is because they asked for cameras to be in the courtroom. Do y'all remember that? I talked to you guys about that a couple videos ago. They requested cameras in the courtroom. That says a lot to me, okay? Brian Kohberger case, they immediately went for cutting cameras, cutting media. They don't want anybody to see what's going on in there. These attorneys requested it. Now put this whole picture together. Put the 136-page document that came out together, them wanting cameras in the courtroom, them being removed from the case because of some employee that doesn't even work for them anymore leaking these documents, which should have never been leaked, but still that's not them, right, that did this. Then them trying to come back and do this pro bono and being refused, and then them saying this ain't over. They know something. This has got me thinking that Richard Allen really may not be the guy. Now again, I don't know, we ain't seen the trial yet, but it seems suspicious. How wild is that? Did you know that they allegedly went in and interviewed some of the prison guards? Now, remember in the other video, we talked about them mistreating him. And it was also said before that Richard Allen was refusing to eat and refusing to sleep. I don't know who refuses to sleep. Do y'all refuse? I ain't never seen nobody refuse to sleep. Refuse to eat? Yes. Maybe even refuse to shower, but refuse to sleep? How do you even do that? You just sit there and be like, I am not sleeping. I am taking a stance. I don't think so. But anyways, I'm starting to think that they are not feeding him. They weren't feeding him in there. That's how he lost all that weight. And that they weren't letting him sleep. Because I've seen that happen before. In my old prison videos, I've told you guys that. I've seen it happen, especially when it has to do with children. I mean, it just is what it is, right? But for the prison guards to have these Odin patches on them, a lot of us are thinking like, no way. Well, they interviewed some of them. And let me read to you what one of the guards said. It says right here at number 5, I do wear patches on my uniform that identify me as someone who practices Norse paganism heathenry. Number 6 says, I started wearing the patches 6 or 7 months ago, and I did not stop wearing my patches until September 22nd, 2023, when ordered by my command to remove the patches. The patches do not represent racism or hatred for anyone. I am not a part of a cult. I am not a part of a radical hate group. The patches show my dedication to my faith and to my country. So there's a guard right there admitting that they started wearing the patches 6 or 7 months ago. That's very bizarre. And also, I understand that this guard is saying that it doesn't represent anything bad, but being somebody that has been on the inside of prison and knowing and if any of y'all have ever either been in or you've ever even worked as a correctional officer or maybe in any kind of law enforcement, you know, it's there to represent something, okay? And it's there to show some sort of dominance for something, some sort of something. There's a reason why you would even so much as bolden yourself to put that type of patch on your arm. It just seems like somebody, it reminds me of a guard, one of the guards that walks around wanting you to step out of line a little bit so they can whoop you. You know what I mean? And so the guards are wearing those patches. So it makes me wonder if that is true, did they force him to confess over the phone that he did these crimes when he didn't, just like it was stated? I mean, it's all really coming together. And the fact that the attorneys are being removed from the case, listen, again, I know that the photos being leaked is not good. But to be honest, and I don't want to minimize what happened because we're talking about 2 minors here, and that's unacceptable. Nobody should be looking at these babies' bodies in this way other than the people that need to. However, things get leaked with cases all the time. Look at how much stuff has been leaked with the Brian Kohberger case. I mean, we knew about so much rumors. We didn't know there were rumors until they were confirmed by the professionals before it ever even came out. I mean, stuff gets leaked all the time. But these attorneys being removed that exposed all this alleged cult stuff that went on, including the fact that the girls' bodies were in a position that could be linked back to this as a ritual, it's weird. My opinion on this, I got a bunch of them, but one of them I want to say is if I was those 2 attorneys, I would have a camera crew following me. You remember how Johnny Depp basically did that during the trial? He had people following him, filming him. I feel like these attorneys should be doing that right now. If they haven't already, in my opinion, they should start, because this is not slowing down, and they need to, one, protect themselves, okay, for everything that they do. And two, this may be huge. This may be a documentary one day, and it shows, if what they're saying is true, we're watching the corrupt system play out in front of our eyes. And not everybody is corrupt, okay, in the system, but a lot of things happen, and they should have camera crews following them. Who else did that? The Staircase. Did y'all watch that documentary with the staircase with the owl? They should have cameras following them. The next thing is, I would love to know what Abby and Libby's families think about all of this. Their heads have got to be spinning. I know at the end of the day, they probably just want this case to be solved, and I'm with them on that, and this has just got to be a lot. But if they read that 136-page report, and they live in the town. They live in that town, and they've probably seen things and even know about things that we don't even know about. So I just wonder what they're thinking. Also, since all this stuff has happened with the judge kicking them off the case, a writ has been filed with the Supreme Court of Indiana. And this is good, y'all. So a writ was filed, and basically it goes again, and I'm going to put this in very, very, very layman's terms, the best way that I'm understanding it, okay? Documents were filed against Judge Gull, basically saying that she has overstepped her boundaries, which it looks like she may have, okay? Overstepped her boundaries, and is requesting for the Supreme Court to get involved. Well, when they filed the paperwork, the Supreme Court accepted it. So that means the Supreme Court is going to be going over all of this, okay, to see if she has done the right thing, because Richard Allen's attorneys are requesting for the judge to be removed from the case, stating that she's biased and that she's done all the stuff she shouldn't have done, which this is just so much, you guys. I am so intrigued by these two attorneys. And I really feel like it is important, if these attorneys are telling the truth about everything, and my logical sense says, why would they risk their careers, everything that they're doing right now, and maybe even their safety if they live locally there, unless they just feel so compelled to do the right thing? If what they're saying is true, we have to rally around that and support that. Because the issue is a lot of the times when people stand up to do the right thing, when they go against the grain, when they stand up against the system, they get snuffed out, and enough people do not support that. And we should, because I believe most of us want justice and fairness in all things. And so, again, I'm paying majorly close attention to these two attorneys. And if they're fighting for the right thing and what they're saying is true, I hope they get all the positive recognition that they need. Because, yeah, again, they asked for cameras in the courtroom. They filed paperwork requesting cameras, meaning they want the public to see. They want transparency. But the prosecution didn't. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. Other than that, I love you guys. Thank y'all so much for watching this video, and I will see y'all tomorrow in our next video. What do y'all think? I'll talk to y'all soon. Love y'all. Bye.